Hey there, I'm just doing this for fun. I know nobody's ever going to see any of this. I'm just predicting that at the end of the world, maybe it'll exist, maybe it won't. I don't know. So I have two things today, and one is Greek classics, and one is Fear and Loathing. Fear and Loathing is kind of low-hanging fruit because no matter where I go, it's going to be funny. So I think I'm going to do that one first. Page 122, Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. But who is the hero of this filthy drama? I turned away from the pool and confronted my attorney. I almost think we saw this in the movie. I know I've read this before, but now emerging from the bathroom and wiping his mouth with a towel, his eyes were glazed and limpid. This goddamn mescaline. Good. He muttered. Why the fuck can't they make it a little less pure? Maybe mix it up with Rolaids, is capital Rollaids or something. Othello used Dramamine, I said. So Dramamine makes you not get nauseous when you're not good at like swervy words. Swervy roads. So I don't know what that meant. He nodded, hanging towel around his neck as he reached out to flip on the TV set. Yeah, I heard about those remedies. Your man Fatty Arbuckle used olive oil. If you're trying to not get nauseous, Dramamine is basically the way to go. Olive oil, I do not think that is the way. Lucy called, I said. What? He sagged visibly, so like an animal taking a bullet. I just got the message from the desk. She's at the American. She's at the Americana, room 1600, and she wants us to call. She stared at me. He stared at me. And just then the phone rang. I shrugged and picked it up. There was no point trying to hide. She had found us. And that was enough. Hello, I said. It was the room clerk again. Mr. Drew? Yes. Hello, Mr. Drew. I'm sorry we were cut off a moment ago, but I thought I should call again because I was wondering. What? I sensed things closing down on us. This fucker was about to spring something on me. What had that crazy bitch said to him? I tried to stay calm. We're watching the goddamn news, I screamed. What the fuck are you interrupting me for? Silence. And if you can ever end a page with silence, I would say go for it. So he has a good editor. I don't know. I've been to Vegas a few times. I've never been in a situation like that. I have been in fights with girlfriends. Yeah, I can't really. I guess I can tell one story. The last story. I can tell 1,000 stories, but one, we were in a fancy place, and she had more to drink than I did, and then she actually decided. I started talking about every other girl had like these things where they have like holes in their sleeves, and I started talking about that, and she didn't have them, and I think I was just joking about everybody has like shoulder holes or something, which evidently became the thing, and I was just joking. I was just making fun of these girls, and then think she took it seriously, and she got pissed off. Like, I don't have shoulder holds. And she was already drunk, and I was already drunk, and so everybody was drunk, and it was like no good idea is gonna come out of this situation. I should have just shut the fuck up. We go into the place, and it's like a fancy, it's like I don't know, like one of those Tom Colicchio kind of you spend a lot of money for the same steak you get somewhere else kind of place, and and then she brushed it off, and I kept being an asshole because I don't know, and I was joking about it, and then I was like, they had this thing of beef behind her, and she's like, "Why are you staring at me so weird?" I'm like, "I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the beef." Because they had this whole thing where they like slowly roast or cure or whatever it is they're doing. Not a good idea. If a girl ever said, if you're ever staring at beef and a girl says, "Why are you staring at me?" Do not say you're staring at beef. Say, "I love you." Do not do what I did, which was staring at this beef. And then, so it degraded from there. She got pissed off. We ordered some weird drinks. I don't know. We don't know what we're drinking at this point. She's just ordering random. She always orders like the weird stuff. I'm just like, I just want whatever beer isn't going to make me throw up. That's my goal on beer. And then she says, "This is not what I thought this would be." And I'm like, you took me here. What do you think this would be? And then she's like, she was in this one of those states where, and so I said, your head's bobbing. I'm like, you're not sober at all. I mean, I think I'm sober, and maybe I am. Well, I'm not sober, but I'm enough that I understand what's going on. And she takes complete offense to that. She starts crying. So she went from like laughing to being angry to crying in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. And she storms out. And this is after we ordered. And so now I have 2 entrees to eat. So I get twice as much steak. And I apologized to the person. I'm like, "I'm sorry that she left." And they are so nice. This is at this had to be the Tom Colicchio place. They're like, "I'm sorry, what did we do wrong?" I'm like, "No, it was me. Don't worry. I'm gonna eat her stuff. Don't." Anyway, I ate the steak. I sat there alone. She ended up back at she just ran to the hotel. I was pissed off, but I also knew that if I show up at the hotel, we're gonna have a fight. So I went all the way down. I ended up in a Subway. I tried to, so I'm still hungry because we are in a fancy place. It's one of those places where, you can eat 6 ounces of steak and it costs you $200. That kind of place. I think I'm at the Circus or someplace near there, so way down the other side. And there's a Subway. And I'm like, "Oh, God damn it, thank you." And so I get a meatball sub. And any place I've ever been in my life, all you have to do is like $10 for a meatball sub. I mean, that has to cover everything. Nope. Nothing. It's like $13 plus tip. I don't know if you're supposed to tip Subway people inside a casino. I don't know. So I was like, it's like a football meatball, and I gave it to her, and she's like, "That's not enough." I was confused. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And then she turns to me, and she's like, "You haven't been here before." And I'm like, "Been here before. I've just never been in a situation where I'm starving and I want a Subway, and I didn't know that it costs like $13 for a foot long." But the amount of hatred in her eyes with like, "You don't understand what it's like here." I'm like, Does she do that to everybody? Probably, because probably she gets this exact same question every time. Because we're all used to paying like $7 for a foot long or something, and all of a sudden it's like 50, 20, 100% higher. I don't know. Anyway, and so I walked home with this Subway sandwich, and I'm gonna run out of time, but these girls come up to me because I'm a lone guy with the Subway sandwich, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to have fun tonight?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then they start explaining their deal, and I'm like, "These are tiny girls. Like I'm 6'2". These are like 5'5" girls, tiny, skinny. Like you can't even. You always think they're kids, so you can't even think about them in that way. It's like, and then and I'm like, no, I'm going back to my place. And they basically follow me and they try to trick me. Well, not trick me. I mean, obviously I'm drunk. I have a Subway sandwich, which obviously means I have money. And then it actually took some time to get them off me. I'm like, we went like 1.5 blocks. And I've actually seen this before with my girlfriend, because my girlfriend would have guys follow her too, and they were mostly just trying to play her to buy tickets or some other stuff. Like, oh man, I've seen all this before. And I was like, if I had like, and I did, but if I had like $500 in my pocket, it's like I could go have sex with a girl, or I could go get robbed within 30 seconds of saying yes. And you have to make that decision in the moment when you're drunk and you really just want to eat a goddamn Subway sandwich you just spent $15 for. And so that's one of those tough decisions in life that I hope at some point, if I have a kid, I pass down to him. There's a Subway sandwich, there's something else. I would take the Subway sandwich if you're even close. And this is all sponsored by Subway.